Time now for Inside Out as SNY NBA insider Ian Begley joins us from Madison Square Garden. And Ian, not only is it the Knicks' first win over the Sixers since April of 2017, but it also comes on the heels of that dismal effort against the Magic. So how would you describe the significance of this victory?
Yeah, this is big. This tells you a little bit about the professionalism of the group, because Tom Thibodeau said after tonight's win that he could tell in that locker room Sunday night that everyone was bothered by the way they played. Julius Randle said he was up until 4 a.m. that morning because he was so sick over how things went against the Magic. But it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to show up on the court and prove it. And that's what they did tonight against the Sixers. They were very sharp defensively in ways that they were not against Orlando on Sunday. And then obviously you had the balanced scoring attack. So I think this was a pretty big early season statement for the Knicks.
All right, now in the preseason, Derrick Rose, among others, pointed out how much deeper the Knicks were this year than in the past. How was that depth on display Tuesday when they win going away and Julius Randle, at least on the box score, had a pedestrian night?
Right. Well, he didn't have to carry them. He said after the game, I don't need to score 30 with this group because of the depth. They had 5 players in double figures, a couple other players close to 10 points. So, you know, that depth, that second unit in particular led by Derrick Rose, it's just a big weapon for this club. And if you're not heavily reliant on one player, like let's say a Randle, A, it keeps teams guessing, but B, if Randle has an off night, there are other places you can go. And so depth, I think, is going to be one of the strengths of this club moving forward.
Now, last week, Tom Thibodeau joked that he's never happy, which always wins a spot in my heart. You know that, Ian. But what's he doing getting teed up with a 22-point lead in the third quarter? That's really never being happy.
I don't know. I have to check with maybe Basketball Reference. That might be an NBA record for points that a team is up and the coach gets teed up. But that's Tom Thibodeau. He's going to expect the best every possession from his team. He's going to fight the refs on every call. He's going to do it every night. Now, Jeff Van Gundy was talking before the season about that. And maybe that takes away from a little bit of how good he is as a coach, because you think about the tees and you think about the gruffness and you don't think about how strong he is as an X's and O's tactician. But I think tonight, the depth of this team and Thibodeau's coaching was on display. Joel Embiid, one NBA personnel man, said his knee didn't look great. It looked like he was dragging a little bit. So that's something to keep an eye on. But the Knicks will take it, Embiid at full strength or not.